First of all, if you write any code or sketch, we call it as sketch lah, inside the Arduino Uno, when you open the Arduino IDE, you are going to see something like this, void setup and then void loop. As you already learned before, void setup is something that you want to put some beginning setup, initialization and so on and so forth. So setup are going to be run once only, di jalan sekali je. And then we got the another one, we call it as a void loop. Okay, jelas It will be iterate. Dia akan berulang berkali-kali sehingga bateri habis lah. Okay, so first of all, when you want to use something with regard to the use of your sensor and also their usage, make sure anda punya sensor ni ada example ataupun contoh-contoh yang ada dalam repositories. So how to get that one? You can go to the sketch, you can go to the include library, and then you can go for manage libraries. Most of you already will be using numbers of sensors that are typically common among the makers community. Maknanya dia available lah. Dia tak ada pelik-pelik sangat lah anda punya sensor-sensor yang anda pakai. For example, apabila you dah open the library manager, the next step you can search for your sensor punya library to make it function. Kalau tak, dia tak akan function lah. Okay, itu the rule of thumb. Faham ke tak faham ni? Okay, contoh. Siapa yang tak tahu whether you need to use library or not? Angkat tangan. Siapa yang tak tahu ada library ke tak? Okay. Awak pakai MQ sensor kan? Particulate. MQ sensor ada library. Lagi, PM ada library. Infrared tak ada library, tapi anda boleh buat sendiri-sendiri. Infrared, siapa yang pakai infrared? Macam Nazrin pakai infrared, ada yang pakai infrared. Ya, awak pakai PIR, infrared. Tak ada specific library. Tapi kalau awak jumpa pun awak boleh pakailah. There are some examples yang awak boleh modify here and there. Lagi, siapa pakai yang pelik-pelik punya sensor? Ada yang pakai SD card? Tak ada Ada yang pakai DHT11. Siapa pakai DHT11, dia ada library. Lagi? Sensor apa lagi awak pakai? Ada yang pakai mungkin nak buat temperature humidity. Awak pakai AHT20, AHT20. Ada library dia. LCD. Siapa yang pakai LCD yang memanjang tu? Or you are going to use the OLED display. All these things ada library dia. Okay. So if you're not so sure, you need to understand whether the library is available or no library at all. Okay. In a nutshell, majority of your sensor that you are going to be implemented based on these 14 groups are there to be used. Okay, first of all, I took one example. BH1750. This is the example for the sensor yang menggunakan ni, apa nama ni, cahaya ni. Kita panggil sebagai light intensity sensor. So, I'm going to code the simpler one and then gradually go into the much more complicated one. Okay, faham ya? Faham ke tak faham ni? Okay, so mari kita mula yang paling basic dulu. Yang tidak ada library. Yang apa? Yang tidak ada library. Kalau tidak ada library, what you can do, you can go to the files. And then you can go to the example. And then you can open any example that are suitable for your sensing mechanism. Contoh macam IR sensor, dia adalah untuk digital read. Digital read bermaksud dia membaca maklumat digital. Based on the blinking, based on the disturbing of your sensor condition and so on. Itu ada dekat dalam default example. Bila saya kata default example, dia akan berada dalam file, example, and all these things adalah we call it as a built-in examples. Faham ya? Okay, contoh, you can go here and then you can see basic, you can see analog read. Ni yang semalam kita guna untuk sensor cahaya, bare minimum, blink, ni digital read serial. Faham? This is the example of how you want to read your digital signal. Yang mana IR ni, you can go and open this example and then have fun with it. Maknanya anda try lah untuk this sensor. Selepas anda dah tahu apakah dia punya function, then you can copy and paste and use it inside your main sketch. Itu dia punya idea. Baik. This is the example of the push button. Maknanya kita gunakan push button, kita letak. Kalau kita tekan push button tu, dia akan bagi maklumat. Dan kalau kita lepaskan, dia akan bagi maklumat. Itu contoh. Ni contoh example. So, kalau siapa-siapa yang tak ada library, you can leverage from the example. Itu the first step. Okay, the second step, you can also use the modified library that are already been created by maker. Contoh saya pakai sekarang is MQ135. Apa dia? Saya ada MQ135, saya ada BH1750, and then I got the PMS. So which one that you want to learn first? Yang mana anda nak belajar? MQ. Okay, saya dah agak dah. You mesti nak tengok MQ dulu kan? You can open the file and then followed by the examples, and then you akan pergi kepada MQ sensor. Macam mana saya dapat MQ sensor? I already install the library. Dia ada library. Nama library dia MQ sensor library. Okay, MQ sensor library. Okay, saya nak buka sketch ni. I may face trouble because dia nak fetch daripada internet. But if you want to find it out, you can go to the library manager and then find ataupun search for MQ sensor. Okay, jelas dekat atas ni tulis MQ sensor. Dia ada banyak. Ya, betul. Later on, I'm going to give you one example and how we want to use it. And remember, using the ESP32 is not similar like using the Arduino Uno. Why? Because the ESP32 is 12-bit. 12-bit ni maksudnya resolusi dia lebih besar, lebih banyak berbanding dengan 10 bits daripada Arduino Uno. Therefore, you need to make adjustment if you change your board. Okay. Semalam saya ada terperasan, there are one group that may be planned to use the Uno and then combine with ESP. So for those kind of group, you can do that, but you need to transfer your data from Arduino Uno to the ESP32 so that ESP32 can retrieve the data from Uno and then send it to the internet. You can also do that. Faham Contohlah yang anda dah buat SEM3 dulu kan. Anda malah nak modify. Actually, you can use the Uno, but you attach another serial communication with the ESP. So that whatever data that retrieve from your sensor in the Uno can later on be sent to the cloud automatically via ESP. Okay, MQ sensor, you can just type MQ sensor. And then there are some lists with regard to that sensor lah. MQ, if I'm not mistaken, is MQ unified sensor. Yeah. Ada library, AGS10. AGS10 ada library. But the name of the AGS10 is different. You ambil semalam AGS10. Okay. Nanti you try tengok AGS10 punya. Okay, kat sini kita ada MQ 135. Contohlah, you can type 135. MQ 135 is the cheapest and the easiest example. And then you can get numbers of it lah. Okay, dia ada MQ sensor. Tapi ini semua yang tidak holistic. If you want the holistic one, you may want to use the MQ unified sensor. I make a repetition Kalau anda ambil MQ135 ni, they are not comprehensive. If you want to use numbers of MQ sensor, you boleh gunakan daripada Miguel Khalifa ni. Miguel Khalifa. Okay, done. I already install it, and then I'm going to open the example. Okay, just go to the file, followed by example, followed by the MQ unified sensor, and then search for your sensor. Okay, mari kita lakukan sekarang. Okay, go to the file, go to the example, and then go to your MQ unified sensor. Dah pergi dah? Okay, saya punya lambat sikit. Oh my god. Apa tu? Aha. Oh, yang itu PMS. PMS akan guna yang ada fruit punya. Selain daripada tu, saya tak tunjukkan lah. Tapi you can explore lah by your own. If you familiar with it, you can use it lah. Okay, untuk yang saya tengah tunjuk ni is MQ sensor. I can scroll down here. I got the MQ135 or I got the MQ unified sensor by Miguel Khalifa tadi kan. So I'm going to use the MQ unified sensor by Miguel Khalifa ni And then you can go for MQ135. Betul tak? Okay, they got numbers lah. You boleh ada 135 all ataupun 135. So in this example, I'm just going to use the MQ135-all. Okay, dah sudah? After you open it up, then it going to be appear the sketch. The sketch looks like very complicated sketch. However, actually you can use it by your own lah to test the sensor. Okay, first of all, when you see something like this, you need to understand what is the definition. Okay, the definition is placa Arduino Uno. So this is not Uno. This is about the ESP. So you can change this one, ESP32. Okay, and then they say like that, the voltage resolution is 5. It's actually not 5, 3.3. Voltage resolution, yeah, 3.3. Okay, the pin is AO. You change it, not AO, but 34. Okay, for the ADC bit resolution, you make it as 12. Voltage resolution. Okay, ADC is 12. Voltage resolution is 3.3. Ratio MQ135 clean air is 3.6. And then you declare the unified sensor as follows. And then all these things adalah dia punya initialization. And in the end of the day, you need to choose which one that you want. This is the example kalau you nak use it for the CO, carbon monoxide. This is alcohol, carbon dioxide, toluene, NH4 and acetone. Example saya hanya nak pakai CO. So I can remove the other files lah. By just put some notation here. Slash, tekan butang, asterisk. Then it will disable. It will enable or make the things disable lah. Ni, dia akan tak bagi dia berfungsi. Okay, and then you can see over here, I got numbers of sensor to be read also. Float CO is equal to MQ135 read sensor. So serial print, so now saya nak CO. CO tak keluar. Tak apalah, tak nak bagi confuse, saya tunjukkan je semua dulu. Nanti kalau tak anda confuse. And then this is the exponential regression with regard to the each of the setup. So you can see over here, kita dah ada spesifik lah untuk CO, alcohol, toluene, NH4 and lain-lain. Okay, mungkin pada sketch ni anda boleh tambah baik untuk letakkan satu lagi dinamakan serial.print. Serial.print ln. You can put your own. You can put your own notation. Notation maksudnya anda punya label lah. Bacaan saya. Example lah. Okay, and then I'm going to put the another serial.print ln, and then I'm going to insert the variable name. So variable dekat sini kalau tuan-tuan dan puan tengok, kita akan gunakan CO lah. So I'm just going to call the CO. So the CO are going to be insert here. Okay, so the print ln are going to be removed. So this is the example. Is ready, you can go to the tools and then you can select your board, which is the ESP32 development board, and then followed by the another one which is your port. Go to your port and then select your port accordingly. Okay, ni port saya ya. And then you can upload. After you upload, then you might want to click the reset button and then open the serial communication. After you open the serial com, then it will be appear. Whether there is a reading or not, it depend on your setup lah. Kalau tak keluar, you kena buat konfigurasi semula. Okay, you might want to have a look whether you attach it on the correct pin or not correct pin. Okay, uploading, and then it's already done uploading. Okay, remember, dekat sini dia kata serial begin 9600. Berapa? So this is the baud rate that you might want to change. Yang ni nampak tak? Dia tak keluar apa-apa kan? Dia keluar cacing. Because the baud rate is not similar like what we set. Therefore, you might want to adjust it lah into the 9000. Nampak tak? Bacaan saya 0.51, 2.13, something like that lah. Itu adalah bacaan estimate untuk karbon monoksida. Kenapa tinggi sangat karbon monoksida ni? Taklah tinggi. Makin lama makin stable lah. Ini contoh untuk karbon monoksida. So anda boleh tengok tu. Kalau saya meniup, maka dia akan meningkat. Kenapa karbon monoksida saya tinggi? Adakah saya tidak berpuasa? Cewa. Wallahu a'lam, hanya Tuhan yang tahu. Faham? Kau senyum Aiman Kau senyum. Bagus. Senyum itu sedekah. Bagus Man Terima kasih Man. Baik, tuan-tuan dan puan-puan sekalian, maka adakah khalas? Khalas Jadi kita akan cuba buat yang sama Tapi kali ini, I'll try to modify and exclude others. Maksud saya exclude others, buang yang lain-lain. Saya tak nak mempamerkan yang lain-lain ya. So, this is what I'm going to do. Kalau tuan-tuan dan puan-puan perasan, I'm going to use this kind of code. Nampak tak? Saya akan letak satu asterisk ke atas dan satu asterisk kat bawah untuk menghalang kod ini daripada dibaca. Nampak? Kita dah exclude. Faham tak? Saya telah membuangnya by just put this notation dash, asterisk and asterisk dash. So sepanjang kawasan tu dia tak akan baca, dia akan skip. Faham tak? Dia skip. Dia skip So let us do another round which is serial print yang ini pun biar je lah nanti dia keluar je lah. Cuma kita tengok sekarang apa jadi bagi setiap loop 500 millisecond. Setiap separuh saat dia sepatutnya akan bagi bacaan lah. Kalau dah siap semua, anda dah suka, then you might want to take the whole thing of the MQ sensor, copy and then paste into your own sketch. Faham? Paste your own sketch lah sebab ini draft daripada examples. Example ni memang serabut lah kan. Banyak maklumat. Last kali nanti you yang confused. Mana satu you nak pakai. Therefore, saya akan tunjukkan lepas ini how you want to extract the portions of the code that you only want to use it. You do not want to use all of it. Otherwise, you are going to make yourself upset in the future. Anda akan confused nanti. Mana satu pin saya yang celah mana. Last kali, code banyak-banyak pun dia akan menyebabkan consumption of the space. Dan dia boleh menyebabkan error lah in the future. Okay, dan uploading also, if I open the serial monitor and if I can see some reading, that's mean my my code is okay lah. Okay, connecting issue. Okay, kalau keluar macam gini warning, maksudnya apa? Maksudnya ada kod yang saya terbuang tadi sebenarnya diperlukan untuk dia run the whole system. Therefore, I may want to forget about it and then lupakanlah untuk membuang benda tu. Otherwise nanti dia tidak akan bagi bacaan yang kamu mahukan. Oh, dah ada dah kat sini. Serial print CO. Ada dah kan? Ini contoh. Okey, tak apa. Saya try re-upload balik. Kadang saya suka buang-buang-buang ni. Tapi anda boleh trim lah sikit-sikit. Anda buat macam yang saya tunjuk ni. So that you can optimize. Dia punya istilah dia optimize lah. Okay, tak apa. Anda tak akan buat optimization pun. Anda nak asal siap je. Betul tak? Bit pieces by pieces. Okay, ni MQ sensor. Pardon? Tekan new sketch. Okay, and then please save your new sketch. So I'm going to save my new sketch now. ESP_IEQ meter. Contohlah. Okay, so this one from the Miguel Khalifa sketch. Macam biasa, dekat void setup is one of the important things to initialize everything with regard to the library, definition, declaring sensor, and other things. And then followed by the another one. Okay, itu trik dia. Saya habis dekat bab MQ sensor. Ada apa-apa soalan tak? Saya nak habiskan dulu dekat MQ sensor ni sebab saya nak pastikan dia beroperasi.